this is going to be my review on Secret Avengers number 11. So this is basically a two-part filler story about how John Steele became a member of the Shadow Council. He was captured in the last issue by Steve and the rest of them. And yeah. So yeah, this issue was boring. I'm not gonna lie, this issue was really boring. I'm just gonna keep this rant short because I'm not really in a great mood. So I got this in the comics today. This is basically, like I said, one big filler issue, and we see Steve Rogers and Beast have hooked up John Steele to some chair, and he's looking into John Steele's mind. Steve and Beast are looking into John Steele's mind, and they're seeing all the stuff that he's been through. Turns out he's been around since the Civil War. He's fought in all the wars. And then Steve, when he tries to figure out where John Steele went during a mission that he went missing in action, he goes in himself. He takes his own chair and goes into John Steele's head. From there, it goes into this boring, overdone story about this secret mission, about some secret base, and they fight German super soldiers, only, guess what? They're zombies. Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic, you know? And the fight wasn't even that good with the, these Nazi zombies. And then we see a quick look at the Shadow Council of some Cthulhu-looking thing, which wasn't even that great to look at. Let's see, also, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it for you because this was a bad issue for me. John Steele realizes that Steve Rogers is in his head, so he kicks him out, and then he gets out of the chair and captures several people. Captures some scientists that were helping Steve use the chair and whatnot. So that's basically the issue in a nutshell. Nothing really big. This was just a boring little comic. This is what I don't like about the fillers. Why is it that the story arcs that Ed Brubaker writes, rather than the fillers, are a lot better? I don't get it. Now, Mike Deodato did the cover, and the only thing that I find redeemable is two things. Two things I find redeemable about this, that I actually like about this. First off, the cover. I like how the cover looks. Except I like how that battle pose is. Except one thing. Take a look at Steve Rogers' head. Go ahead. Go look. Go look. You see on his head, it's not a cowl or something. It's a helmet with wings painted on it. Doesn't that look like Chris Evans' Captain America? Thank you, Marvel, you little whore. Oh my God, Marvel Comics. You had to be a movie whore about it, didn't you? Had to put Steve Rogers in the helmet. You had to put now he's even got Steve. If you look at the costume, he's even got a utility belt on there, and now I'm not knocking the movie itself. I just don't like it when Marvel pulls this crap and does this for the movies, where they try to make it in tune with the movies, like they are now with making Steve Rogers Captain America in July. Go ahead, I thought I'd go ahead and tell you guys that. So yeah, needless to say, I'm pissed. And the only other thing I do like is where I'm hoping this picks up, because the first part was crap. I'm hoping part 2 is going to be interesting, because I'm interested. I want to know what happened to John Steele, and I also want to know how the Prince of Orphans fits into all this. But if it sucks, oh well. I'm just gonna have to wait for the next freaking story arc, aren't I? Because if it's some Deus Ex Machina bullcrap like that issue number 5 of Secret Avengers with the whole Max Fury thing, I'm done. Seriously, I don't even care, because here's the thing. Warren Ellis is going to do a 6-issue run in Secret Avengers by issue 16. At this point, I don't care. I'm not going to wait around that long. Brubaker, this was the first 2 story arcs were great. This was just deplorable. This was horrible. This was not great at all. And to top it off, I'm not in a great mood to begin with. So yeah, hoping it picks up in the second issue. The artist is not Brubaker in here. It is It is someone known as Will Conrad. I thought Brubaker was actually going to leave the book by issue 10, but I guess he's decided to stay on a little longer. Big whoop. I mean, Brubaker's a great writer, but this was just not forgivable. This was just not a great issue. And this is coming from the first 2 story arcs, which I thought were great, hoping it pays off in the second issue. But you know what? I'm done. I've talked too long.